forget what time of day it is for everybody else, and not everybody might not join.
So it is up to 4 hours different in New York.
Ahead of us or behind us?
Ahead of us. So they'd be.
What's going on, Jonathan?
7:44.
6:44. Okay, so it's a little bit later for you guys. Olaf from behind. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte. How's the weather there, guys?
Sounds like it's
warmed
cold.
up yet?
It's perfect out here in, what is it? I think we're Los Angeles technically is what Snapchat tells me. So it's like 8 degrees and breezy. It's so nice up here.
I don't think it's 80.
It looks kind of like Carter from behind. Snowing in Ohio, California.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
Phoenix. 72 degrees, so yeah, it's definitely nice out here. Nicer than Arizona for sure. We're in Torrance, so
We are just down the street from Honda headquarters.
what's going on, JD and George? We're at a Starbucks out here just outside of LA in Torrance. So Michael, what's good like the taggy? What's going on? Ready to move? No, never to LA, never to California. I'll come and visit all the time, but no, I can't live here. Can't do race car stuff, can't do skateboarding stuff. It's all illegal here. What's going on, Tyler? That's not LA, food. Snapchat says it's LA, so it's LA to me.
Tell them what you're drinking.
Shoot, same as always, vanilla iced coffee, cream and sugar.
Flat white.
Flat white, what is a flat white?
Flat white is coffee with a lot of milk. Strong coffee with a lot of milk.
Sounds kind of like an old man drink.
No, it's just kind of plain. Just like me. Not that candy shit.
Providence is gears. I don't know what that means.
What?
I said Providence is gears.
Providence.
What do you guys got going on today? What is today? Thursday? What are you guys doing on a Thursday evening? Just hanging out? Drag race? You're drag racing on a Thursday evening? Providence. What about it?
The protective care of God.
Oh, gotcha. Chilling.
Thanks.
Just got a DA. Nice. What are you gonna put in it? What's in the DA right now? Honda Day in Englishtown. I've never been. Brian's
been.
been a few times, but I'm definitely hoping to get out there. I don't know if it'll be this year, because I know they're trying to switch out where it is this year. Everybody's kind of voting on it, but I don't know if it's depends on where the money is this year, because I don't know. I think it's in what, like April or May or something like that. So maybe August. I don't know. It's later in the year, so we'll just see where money is at that point. If I can get a ticket and fly out there and stuff. Going to a meet right now. That's what's up. Passport shirt, yeah. Oh yeah, are the Passport shirts for sale?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just the VTech Academy. So yeah, I've got that question.
Those
a
are
few
for sale
times.
too. I forget what they are, like $15 shipped or something like that.
Yeah, because I've had a few questions about them. Tell them to email you.
Yeah,
when-
they can email me.
Yeah, when
Brian
is
and
Honda
Hasbro.
Day? I'm trying to find out when Honda Day is right now. What's up? What's up, B-Series? We're not in AZ right now, though. We're in California. Enjoying the cool weather because it's already getting hot in Arizona again.
Raceway Park. They're both of them at Raceway Park because ATCO's close. So
So April and August.
April and August.
Drop a link below for the shirts. I don't know how to do that. Is there a link?
Do what?
Share? I can't do it in this video. I'll drop it in the next video for the vlog that we're filming today. So yeah, I'll drop the Hassport shirt link in the description below of the next video. Do you have stickers? Do you sell stickers?
Passport stickers. Sometimes we have them. They come and go. They usually go out with mounts for free. You can request them if you order a shirt. They may go out for free with the shirt as well.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, you might get the cool like crossbowing style sticker.
You can specify. You can either have the Hassport logo or you can get the motor mount man, which is this. Do I have it on?
No, you don't.
Oh,
No.
oh, I have a Honda shirt on.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, yeah, it's the one on my back.
Here, he's got one on. It looks like this. So you can get that. You can get that sticker.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll have that in the description on the next video, like I said. So, that's what I have on my mirrors, and what all the Hasport cars have on their mirrors. It's just kind of like the little signature race car thing, I guess. But
Yep.
I think it looks sick. But I gotta go. Getting. All right, George, you be careful. Run from the cops. Stickers April 7th, April 8th. Neighborhood sticker sub old school. Old school is in here. Nice. I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, I see him now. What's up? Curtis, what's going on?
Oh wow, they don't have the new shirts on here.
Oh no.
So I was just looking at the Hasport site, and they don't have this style shirt on there. I'll have them put it on there on Monday.
What's the other style? The other one's like the crossbow.
Like
thing?
Adam. Have that. Yeah.
Those are still sick though.
Yeah, I think we're pretty low on those. I'll have them get the other style.
Aaron's watching
on
this.
Aaron. Aaron who?
Good boy.
I know. I'm kidding.
15 for a shirt, good deal. Darn right, it's a good deal. You should buy the mounts too. Those are a great deal. See, I'm good at this. What's going on, old school? Name is Ryan. What's up, Ryan? All right, you gotta see how many emails Brian has. Think you ought to check some of those?
It's only on 3 of the accounts. I have another 4 accounts. Yeah.
What do you think of the Nissan VC engines?
I don't.
It's not a Honda, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Matters to me, but I don't have an opinion on those because I don't know what it is. We're in Torrance. You should have came with us. You could be enjoying some Starbucks with us right now.
In this awesome weather.
Viet Cong. Is that what they call it out here, Viet Cong?
No, it's not.
What's going on,
Torrance.
James? Torrance. Yeah. How's the new SI? You talking to me or VTech Academy?
The new SI, Civic SI.
Yeah.
Carter likes it. Well, he's actually got a sport mod. He doesn't have an SI. We have a Type R. That's pretty awesome. The Type R is very, very cool. We're right now debating on what the next modifications are for it. I'm going to autocross it this year, try to take it to nationals in Lincoln, Nebraska. The rules allow me to change tires, suspension, sway bar, exhaust, do some ECU tuning. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Honda now is announcing that they'll be tuning the ECU in another month. So these are all things that you can have done to your Type R to help you compete on this particular, to drive faster and harder and all that good fun.
So, yeah, new SI is pretty sick if you were wondering. Why do you have to send in your Type R ECU for Flash Pro?
I believe it gets physically modified. There's some sort of, I think, hardware enhancement they do in order for you to be able to make it programmable. That's my guess. I didn't really get too in detail that with Doug at Honda, but the fact that they're asking you to send it in, it may also have to do with well, it probably has to do with the way the ECU is wired to work. It's a Bosch ECU as opposed to a Keihin, which is what all the others are. So it's physically different. So there's probably some modifications that have to be done to it in order for it to work with the Flash Pro.
So, hope that answers you. Carlos, where are you at with the K-Swap? Just waiting for these tax returns to come in. So basically, I don't know. I decided not to reseal the motor. Brian kind of talked to me that we're gonna do the main seal as front, or the oil pump seal, the rear main seal, and we're gonna inspect the timing stuff while we're in there, while we have the oil pump off and whatnot. So if the chain and everything is good, we're just not gonna spend the $400 to put a new chain on it and tensioner and stuff. So if I don't have to do that, then as soon as I get my tax returns, then I can order these last few parts: radiator, hoses, axles, clutch and flywheel, and then the rest of it we're pretty much making in-house. And then, so probably within the next month, I'd say. It just depends on the IRS at this point. What's the best tire size to use on 16-inch rim but like the stretch look? Well, it depends on what size rim you have. So if it's 16 by say 8, then I would, if you want a slight stretch, I would do a 195 like 40. That's what I had on my old setup when I was Stance boy, and it fit good. What's your favorite car to Stance?
Can't do Stance. I like a slammed car.
Discount on what parts? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But Curtis, discount on what parts? Because I mean, if we're getting like Hasport parts, that's why we're making everything. But as for like everything else, I mean, I have to order that myself, like the radiator and stuff. But it's all cheap stuff anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, we use a lot of the stuff from the budget EG swap list. I've actually found some slightly better prices on some of the other stuff as we do the budget EF swap that we're doing right now. I'll share some of the prices and part numbers of these new parts that I've found to, kind of keep the cost down on doing a swap. Engine swaps aren't cheap. I'm sorry, K-Series engine swaps aren't cheap. It's easy to do a B into an Integra, but that's what they came with. But we're constantly looking and trying to find the best deal on parts that help go along with the swap. I mean, mounts and ECU and axles are already expensive enough, so we try to, but all the other stuff can be, can really add up, and some of the stuff doesn't really need to be expensive. It can be less expensive and work just as effectively, and maybe if you want to make your engine bay look nicer, you can spend more money later on.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to talk to K-Tune still. We're going to try and get some of the, if they hook us up, then cool. If not, then I'll spend the money later when I have the extra money to get all the flashy stuff, like the, I don't know, intake manifold, throttle body, all the polished stuff that they use their shifter, because we're using Brian's DIY version of a shifter, which is a 9093 Accord shifter assembly with his own custom plate. And then yeah, everything else we're just kind of doing it the budget way, and when I have the extra money, if I feel the need to upgrade to shiny parts, and I'll do that later. Will I ever track the DA? Yeah, that's what I plan on doing as soon as the next event that comes around that I have the money to take the class, because out here you have to do a class beforehand. Then once I finish the class, then I'll do that.
Actually, my son keeps suggesting that we gather everybody from VTech Academy who's got a running car, get everybody to go down to Tucson and run the track down there that we ran the EG shootout on. It's actually a very large go-karting track, and once a month they have an $80 time attack evening where you get to go out and do like 3 sessions, and then you go out and do some time sessions. So it's really fun way to get some track time. You're not actually doing wheel to wheel, so there's no danger of balling up your car with somebody else's. So it's actually a really nice way to get introduced to driving on the track. So we're going to try and get everybody down there, and Carr wants to do a shootout style and see who's the fastest. Of course, he has a 300 plus horsepower Integra, so he's feeling like he's going to win. But we'll see if we can drag everybody down there.
All right. So, what's your opinion on H2B?
My opinion on H2D?
Yeah.
Having never done it, I don't really know. I mean, if it's a naturally aspirated H series, it's not heavily modified. I don't see why a D series transmission couldn't stand up to that.
H2B.
H2B.
Yeah.
If it's H2B, so I think it's fine. The only thing I don't like about H2B is the oil pan. But if you go to Kaizenspeed, Reed Lund, Kaizenspeed, he makes a really cool oil pan that has been reworked so that it's parallel with the ground, so the oil pan doesn't look like a snowplow ready to catch everything on the ground. The other thing I'm not real fond of is the fact that you need to space your hood up. But other than that, the B Series transmission has got, so many different gear ratios available and LSDs available. You can find used parts for it. They're much easier to service than the H Series ones. So, other than that little drawback, I think the H2B is fine. The oil pan drawback.
And then Curtis, your car sounds sick. That was the cammed one, right? Yeah, cammed and Skunk 2 stuff. Yeah, it sounded really mean. It sounded open header, so getting exhaust on it, it'll be better, but it sounds mean. What can you do to boost your car's power without having to put a turbo, but give it a couple extra pounds of boost? Trying to keep it stock. So what can you do to boost the car's power without having to put a turbo?
Got it.
That'd just be bolt-ons and tune for it. If you don't want to dig into the motor, yeah, you're just gonna have to do a few bolt-ons. But I mean,
the three biggies are intake, header, and exhaust, and then actually have a tune for that. If you have a high enough compression ratio, like you've done some pistons or something, you can switch to E85 for a little bit more power. Of course, your mileage is going to suck. Well, it's going to suffer. It may not suck. But always the first thing place started is intake, header, exhaust. Then get more expensive with camshafts, more tuning. Then of course, then you got to start breaking up the motor. So
yeah, but yeah, and that adds up pretty quick too, just like boosting a motor does. What do you think about the J-Swap EG hatch? I don't know, Brian. Don't you have one?
I have a J-Swap EG hatch. I think it's a great car. I mean, I've got a J-Swap EF CRX. EG hatch is really, I had an EK hatch too. My EG hatch happens to be a drag car. I think having all that weight over the front end actually helps the drag car. I don't find it to be a big deficit on the road racing cars as long as you run a larger front tire set. But otherwise, there's J Series. It sticks out of the hood. That's just kind of something that happens on those cars. You can get it underneath the hood, but then your ground clearance is going to suffer. But it's pretty fun. My alarm.
No, your Siri was going off.
Oh, every time I say K Series, my phone does this. Yeah, I didn't say Hey Siri. I said K Series.
Speed hunting cruise. Heck yeah. You see this mint? Not so mint, but like, look at that. Look at that. Forget about that, but look at that. Just kidding, that's 2006. $20 as the guy comes in here and he doesn't recognize Brian, even though he's probably running his mounts in his car.
Not so much on the S2000. We only sell probably about 10 sets of those a month. It's not like EF, EG, EK where we sell hundreds of sets a month.
Yeah, but he has an exhaust and looks like meaty tires on there.
He does. And he's got a hardtop.
Yeah, so, is that a hardtop?
It is.
Oh, it is? Yeah, it's just painted black. Oh, yeah. Unequal length header. Unequal length to equal length header. Do you think there's any power gains in them over a B series, like on a B series?
I mean, when you say unequal length header, are you talking about having all the primaries not quite the same length?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that would probably broaden the power band so much. Well, Subarus have vastly unequal length. That's why they sound like they're like they got a spark plug wire loose. On a Honda, the idea of an equal length header is so that you get better cylinder scavenging, which raises your volumetric efficiency, which increases your horsepower. But it usually happens at a particular RPM, depending on how the length and size of and diameter of the tubes. So, a properly sized header for a particular engine build is by far going to be the best one. I'll tell you honestly, though, the best header for an unmodified Honda is a tri-Y header, period. It just is. If you get one with properly sized tubes, it's going to give you the broadest power band, the most usable power and torque. That is going to be the best for a B series, H series, D series, K series. That's going to yield the best overall power.
She did it again.
There it goes. All right.
All right. So Xenocron, what do you think of the company for tuning stuff?
I honestly don't have any experience with them, so I don't want to So I can't say one way or the other. Nobody's ever come to me and go, oh, I hate them, So I've not heard anything bad either. So I honestly don't have an opinion.
There's your answer. I don't even know what I use, honestly. I could be on Neptune or something, but I don't know. I mean, my car works. It's all I know. It's all that matters. But
Well,
I'll be doing.
your car's re-chipped, so basically it's not. But that doesn't mean. Well, so he probably tuned it with an emulator, but
I just don't know what software he used.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's tough to know. So,
Yeah.
but if you say Neptune or you say Honda S300, it's a particular system. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's like,
and I'm not sure. I'm not a tuner. I'm not sure that you could take a Honda or a Xenocron or any of those others and then develop a chip and put that in the car from that. I think that actually requires specific software for that type of tune.
yeah. I'm gonna get a base map from there. Gonna get my car. If you're doing boost, just tune it. Don't bother base mapping it. Don't risk the motor, especially if it's gonna be built like if it's the one that you have now. It's just not gonna be worth all the time and money spent.
Don't take any chances.
Yeah. As for the K swap, when I do that, I'll be running K tuner. So could go with Honda, but we go to tacos every Tuesday with James from K Tuner. So keep it local. But my phone is getting ready to die, so I'm gonna cut this short here and be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow because, like I said, we're filming a vlog today while we're out here in California. So I will see you guys then, and yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you tomorrow.